Children, I hope you have gone through my previous videos and done all the work that was assigned to you. Let us now proceed further. Today we are going to study about transpiration. Transpiration is the process of loss of water in the form of water vapor from the leaves and other aerial parts of plants. Aerial parts of plants means those parts of plants which are present in the air. Roots are present below, stem and leaves, they are the aerial parts. Now transpiration is very useful process for plants for two reasons. First is it creates a suction force in the stem which enables the roots to absorb water and nutrients from the soil, and secondly for the cooling. Just like humans, we cool, our body gets cooled down due to perspiration or sweating. The plants, they cool in the hot temperature by losing water in the form of vapor from the leaves and stem. Now transpiration can be demonstrated by a few various experiments. Now let us see the first experiment over here. We have taken a potted plant and we have covered the plant with a polythene. Okay, the polythene bag, and its mouth is tied at the base of the stem. Now this potted plant is left in sunlight for a few hours. You will observe that after some time, vapor given out by the leaves appears in the form of drops of waters on this polythene bag. Okay, so this proves that from where are these drops of water coming? They are coming from the plant, because plant is transpiring in presence of sunlight, and it can be proved that these drops are of water if we put a blue colored cobalt chloride paper near it. Then that cobalt chloride paper, on coming in contact with these droplets, will turn pink. So that proves that the droplets are of water. Let us see another experiment. In this second experiment, it is a very famous experiment. This is also called as bell jar experiment. In this experiment, 3 bell jars are taken, A, B and C. In the first bell jar, there is a potted plant. The pot is covered with polythene and tied securely so that no water can come from the pot into the bell jar. The second case, the bell jar, the potted, same type of potted plant is there, but along with it there is a slide which contains blue colored cobalt chloride paper, and the third one is a bell jar having blue colored cobalt chloride paper, but there is no plant in it. In the first, after leaving these 3 setups in the sunlight for a few hours, you will observe in the first, that is A, there will be droplets of water on the side walls of bell jar. In second also you can see the droplets of water, and you will find that the blue colored paper that was of cobalt chloride starts turning pink. And in the third bell jar there will be no droplets and the blue colored paper will remain blue. What does this indicate? That droplets of water in both A and B are due to presence of plant, which is absent in C. And secondly, that these water droplets, these droplets are of water, because cobalt chloride paper is turning pink. Alright, another experiment. In this case, C, bell jar C is called control experiment, because it doesn't have the potted plant, and it is indicating that if there is no plant, then there will be no loss of water due to transpiration. Transpiration occurs only from the aerial parts of plants. Same way in the previous experiment which I showed you, in which we had a potted plant, there can be here in this experiment, what will be the control experiment for this experiment? The control experiment can be a pot without a plant, and just a polythene. In that there will be no droplets of water. So that shows that only the plants lose water from the aerial parts, and that process is called as transpiration. Transpiration can be measured. The first method of measuring transpiration is called as weighing method. In weighing method there are several ways. First is you can take a potted plant, weigh it, after that keep it in sunlight for some time, and then again weigh it. Whatever is the difference in the weight, that can be considered as loss of water by transpiration. An improved method can be you take a glass bottle which is linked with a graduated side tube. Graduated means which has got markings on it. Alright, water level in the side tube after some time, after leaving the plant for some time in sunlight, you will see water level falls. So this shows that the water has been lost by the plant in the process of transpiration. Alright. Another experiment for weighing transpiration is you take a test tube containing water and a twig of a plant, and on top you can spread some oil to prevent loss of water through evaporation. Weigh the test tube. After that, put it on a stand, leave it for some time, and then after some time again weigh it. Whatever is the difference in the weight, that is the loss of water through transpiration. Now transpiration can be measured. This was the first method, that is the weighing method. Second method of weighing is potometer method. Potometer is an instrument for weighing water intake, and the potometer most commonly used is called as Ganong's potometer. In this, a twig of some suitable plant is cut obliquely with a sharp knife and fit into the apparatus over here. Alright, an air bubble is introduced into this. The beaker is containing colored water. Here you introduce an air bubble. How can you introduce the air bubble? Just lift up the side from the beaker for a second, this part of this test tube, and then put it back into water. A bubble will come into this. Alright, and leave the note down the first initial reading where the air bubble is present, and after some time again note the position of the air bubble. The air bubble would have moved from here to here, so that shows that this much water has been lost due to transpiration. Alright, so this is the way transpiration can be measured. Now there are some precautions when using potometer. Potometer should be made completely watertight, and the twig should be obliquely cut. Obliquely means like in a slanting way, cut to allow large surface water intake, and it should be under water to avoid suction of air bubble. There are some limitations for using potometer. Introducing the bubble is not easy. Twig may not remain fully alive for a long period of time, and any change in the outer temperature like humidity and all may affect the position of air bubble in the capillary tube. So this is the way of measuring how much water has been lost in the process of transpiration. Rest we will do next time.